to a 49er rush. Niners all day. Let's bring 6 home, baby. Let's go.
I love it, man.
It's time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? How is everybody? It is a Thursday evening. We just got halftime of this NFC West Thursday night matchup, and it's not good football. It's bad. I think again, NFL and just football in general, we're going to be going over all Niners stuff. Don't get me wrong, but man, like narratives get built and deconstructed just as fast as they are built. Everybody comes out, oh, who could stop the Rams? I should go back through my email 2 weeks ago where everybody's like, Rams are unstoppable. Oh my gosh. How can we play against that team? Really? Like, the NFL is a matchup league. And so the Rams can come out and dominate Tampa Bay, fill in the blank, whatever, but it's a matchup league. So, like, some teams are built for finesse. Some teams are built for strength bully ball, things like that. And so it's never and we always want to boil it down to its, like, simplest level. Well, they beat them. This team beat that team. Therefore, if so facto, that's just not how it works. It's not how it works. I mean, look at these guys. They got 3 points at the half. Everybody was ready to, crown Matt Stafford the top 3 quarterback in the NFL and like, gosh, blah, 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 blah. No, man. Wait a sec. Just wait a sec. and yeah, I'm with you, Donovan. He says, I hope Rams and Seahawks lose this game. That would be ideal. Now, I can never, ever root for the Seattle Seahawks. I can't do it. I won't do it. It's not happening. However, it might be in the best interest of the 49ers. I know it's early if they win this game, but I hope they lose. I really, really do. I dislike the Rams. I freaking hate the Seahawks. It's just different. Shout out to my buddy Tim Ford. He says, John, you can put the best teams on Thursday night, and that game just won't be good. It's awful, man. It changes everything. The team I coach, we play on Friday nights. It's a high school varsity team. Well, we're part of a bigger district that has several high schools, so we have to rotate. And again, we're kind of low man on the totem pole, so we have to play Thursday night games. I cannot tell you the stress. That's just moving from Friday to Thursday. You lose one practice, it changes everything. The bodies of the players. I mean, it's there's no Thursday Night Lights TV show, right? Like, that's not what it is. Friday Night Lights. It changes everything. And so you're right, man. Those things add up. Now let's jump into the 49ers. Let's talk about this. We got some transitions. We're going to jump into some film clips from our Patreon breakdown of the film. A lot of good nuggets to take away there. News, practice reports, and of course, as always, what's up, Jacqueline? How you doing? Your comments, questions, concerns, go ahead and tag me. Love all the countdown crew. #CC coming in strong. Love it. All right. 49ers transactions. We got a lot, and probably the biggest one. The 49ers signed a new kicker, Joey Sly. He's been in the league for 3 years now. So he was with the Panthers for 2 years. He was with the Texans this year and got released. Now, if you look at Joey Sly, he looks like a damn linebacker. Dude's jacked. You put our punter and our kicker against any 2 linebackers in the NFL, I mean, they look tough. But obviously, that's not what Sly's going to be doing. So I went through, because I'm dumb, and broke down all of his kicks so that you didn't have to. So for his career through 3 years, he's an 80% field goal kicker. He's made 58 out of 78. All right. Now, I wanted to compare that with Robbie Gould, and then I wanted to break down the different distances where Sly is at his best. All right. I know it's weird kicker talk. I'm not a kicker guy, but I think that it matters. So again, I just said Sly's an 80% field goal success rate. Gold is 86.5. So 6.5% better. That's Robbie Gould. But whenever you look at Gold just with the 49ers, he's 88%. I know a lot of people want to move on and be like, what do we pay this kicker for? And blah, 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 he's older. And I get that. I understand that. It's frustrating as hell, especially whenever he held out. Then the back-to-back injured seasons, yeah, that's problematic. But Gold's been 88%, which is very, very good. Now back to Sly, kind of where he's at his best. From 20 to 29 yards, so short field goals, he's 17 to 19. So he doesn't miss close. From 30 to 39 yards, he's 15 to 15. He's never missed one. 40 to 49 yards, so now we're getting a little bit of leg. 16 out of 21. And then from 50 plus, he's 10 of 18. So almost 50%. So he's a tick down. I don't think that he's like a top 15, top 20, or even top 30 kicker in this league. But I think he's in that kind of 30 to 40 range. There's a reason why he was still out there. But still, dude's not bad. Okay, we could definitely do worse there. Cheers, Luke. What's up, man? Appreciate the gift, my friend. Drinking a Dos Equis after a very long, hard day of work. Now I get to hang out with you guys, which is incredible. So thank you, Luke. I guess if I say cheers, I must partake in the beverage. So we got that. Now, here's awesome. We brought back an oldie. Just freaking copy and paste this one. We brought back tight end Jordan Matthews. So welcome back to the 49ers, baby. I don't know how many times this guy's been signed and let go by the 49ers, but I freaking love it. The locker room, everything, just what this guy brings, he's incredible. Love having him back. Now, to make room for all these players, we put Robbie Gould on IR. So he's out for at least 3 weeks. Now, our bye week counts as a week, okay? So that's important to understand. We released Kerryon Johnson, who never really got playing time. He got some on special teams. Chris Thompson never got off the practice squad. And linebacker Curtis Bolton. So those are the transitions that we made and kind of what that looks like. Now, Sean, he says this, what happened to the kicker we picked up last year? He's picked up, you're talking about Chase McLaughlin, the famous wide left, in overtime against Seattle after the Drake Greenlaw interception 2 years ago, I believe. Yeah, he got picked up immediately. When Gould came back and we cut him, he's bounced around a couple teams. I know he's on New England for a little while. He's gone. The two kickers that we have had when Gould's out the last two times, they're both rostered. So they were not available. So we kind of figure that out. Aaron, I love this. I'm glad we finally have wide receiver 1. Tuck your chains in. And if you saw Deebo riding into the game, it was just awesome because he rode the bike that, Deebo rode in Friday, which was just incredible. And so what I wanted to do, we've got a lot of clips. I think I did over 3.5 hours of Patreon breakdowns with the Coaches All 22 over the past week. If you want that, any of these clips, I'm just showing you a little bit. But man, we've got so much meat and potatoes to get into, and I want to spend time talking some X's and O's on offense and defense today. So buckle in, baby. This is a lot. And again, if you're just listening traditional podcast way, that's awesome, and I'm thankful. I love it. Please, if you're at a place, pause it and go check our YouTube and watch this so that you can see exactly what we're talking about, okay? And I want to start with Deebo. Aaron brought him up. Thank you, Aaron. He's leading the entire NFL in receiving yards. And the guy that's behind him is Cooper Kupp, who's having a great year as well. Yeah, we're at halftime right now as we're recording this. Kupp's got 4 catches for 23 yards. So he's not really, catching. He ain't catching Deebo this week. I'm just telling you that right now. But this is the deep Deebo touchdown reception. And, man, we jumped into it. And I thought it was fascinating. So here we go. Here's a clip from our Patreon. Build something. Okay, holds it. Here it is. Money to the house and off to the races. You ain't catching Deebo. Now, here's why this happened. They're still playing like we're against Jimmy Garoppolo. Look at everybody overshoot just the underneath route. Nobody stays out wide. You spent 2 first-round picks plus on this guy, and he's just going to stand there and point. Like, you don't ever have 3 hook to curl defenders. And if this is why Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't been having success, is because they've been jumping these underneath routes. They don't trust the deep ball at all. And so whenever everybody's keen underneath, that's why the defense has been having success against us. But for some reason, somebody didn't get the memo and everybody stayed with the underneath. And again, this is why Ayuk hasn't been getting targeted. I mean, look at this. I mean, just everybody's taking that. And you just have a wide open play. You can say it's a busted coverage, and it was. However, The quarterback recognized it and put it in play and allowed his guy to go get the catch and return it. I mean, that's what else do you want? You got to go with what they give you. Everything's there, gets his head around, sees it, throws off his back foot, catchable ball. What else do you want here? What else do you want here? Amazing job. That's a freaking house call, baby. Go get it. Go get it. Oh, I'd love to see it. Deebo, you are the freaking man, leading the NFL in receiving yards through 4 games, on pace for over 2,000 yards. I love it, man. And I love the blooper. Shout out to Juan Salas who cut all these up and kept that in there. I recorded that at 4 a.m. Wednesday morning. So, yeah, sometimes my brain's not firing. I don't get a lot of sleep. And so it came through there. So sorry about that. But it still stands, right? That's the thing that's so key. Is, yeah, it was a busted coverage, but why was it a busted coverage? That's diving into those things. I think that's what's important there. And you could go into so many different things about this game. And, I put this question out there. Who should start at quarterback this week? You got Jimmy Garoppolo, which obviously Kyle Shanahan wants to start. I would argue if Jimmy Garoppolo practices one day, they're going to put him out there. I think that he's probably going to play. But he's not healthy, right? He's got the calf contusion. He hasn't practiced, all those things. I personally think you start Trey Lance until Jimmy Garoppolo is 100% healthy. And even then, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I haven't seen a lot the last 2 weeks. He's been bad. He's been really, really bad. And so I put this poll out there and asked, it was like 30 minutes, maybe an hour ago when the game started, who should start at quarterback? And I said, just very simple. I just said, who should start at quarterback? Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo. Man, the results. Jimmy Garoppolo got 9%. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 91% voted Lance. And there's thousands of votes in already. So I think that everybody's kind of in on, what this looks like for, moving forward. We give them a shot. Give them a shot. Does that mean it's going to be great and easy and all those things? Heck no, it's not. Again, here's one of the plays that stood out to me with Trey Lance that I thought was a major rookie mistake, and he left it on the field. Now, you'll see Kittle come out after he blocks for a couple counts. Could have checked it down there, too. This is one of the things that rookies struggle with is understanding where your outlet is, right? Like right here, yeah, he could have checked it down right there, and Kittle would have went for a minute. Gosh, almost got it. Almost got it on that cutback. And so, you see these plays where he leaves things out there. And again, they all happened in the first, second, and third drive. Once he calmed down a little bit, all that changed. But yeah, he left a lot of play out there, but the big plays were present. The running game got an immediate uptick despite the fact that they weren't designed quarterback runs, right? Yeah, he scrambled for 40-plus yards. That's great. All right, no sacks, whatever. But, man, watch the effect, and this is what I think is key. And shout out to Sin for asking me, and reaching me. This is 11 on 11 football. I think this clip's going to kind of show you what Trey does in the running game. I'm going to go into a little more detail in a second. Watch this. This is hilarious. You don't think they're worried about number 5? You don't think they're worried about him keeping the ball? Watch this play side linebacker. The ball, look, he can see the ball. He's not looking at the running back. Watch Jordan Brooks 5'6". Look at him. He's literally running away from the ball carrier. Oh, wait a second. He didn't have it. This is the effect that Trey Lance has on linebackers. It just creates more space in the running game to the point where this linebacker, that's a first-round drafted linebacker, runs out of the way. Literally like kryptonite. Don't tackle the ball carrier. And he can see it, but his key is to read the quarterback, and again, running away from the ball carrier, that's hilarious. The running game got an immediate uptick. It wasn't even close. Now, if we jump back to the practice report with what happened today, these are the people that did not practice today. Again, this is as of Thursday. Armstead got a vet day, so he's out. Samson Ebukam, he's out with a hamstring. Jimmy G out with a calf. DJ Jones out with a knee. That's a new one. Kittle calf, not his knee. He got folded up. Jimmy put him on, a plate to get eaten alive. He was fine. And K'Wan Williams was out. Watch this play. This is George Kittle versus Bobby Wagner in the run game. Oh, get your popcorn ready. but you're going to see on the edge here, I mean, you've got this guy just sitting here waiting. So that's supposed to be the read. Defensive end Dunlop plays it perfectly. You get a pancake block. Not quite a pancake, but nice block. Really good job here by Kittle. Golly. George Kittle's just unreal, man. Where's he at? Here, he's 8'5". Watch him get to the second level. Man, that's against Bobby Wagner. Just drives his feet through him, man. Great freaking play. Great play right there. That's all pro on all pro. And our pro definitely got the best of that. Cedric, he says, you think Jimmy really going to practice tomorrow? Man, I think he is. I really, really do. If you're Jimmy Garoppolo, okay, and it's a calf contusion, so it's not a strain. It's just basically a bruise in your calf, and it hurts, okay? If you never had one of those, it hurts. Hurts bad. It literally swells up and you got a lump on there. It hurts. But if you're Jimmy Garoppolo, you don't come out and you don't show something this week, it might not be your job ever again. Everybody wants to say, like, oh, we don't change our depth chart and starters based on injuries. That's BS, man. That's total BS. Look what the Bears did 2 days. When Andy Dalton's healthy, he's our starting quarterback. No practices, no new injury reports, no nothing. 2 days later, Justin Fields is going to be our quarterback moving forward. Like, the pressure is real, okay? Now, Matt Nagy pressure is different than Kyle Shanahan pressure, despite the toxic Twitter and whatever environments we have. Kyle Shanahan's fine. And, eventually his kind of legacy is going to be tied to Trey Lance because he gave us so much. He pushed all the chips in. And so, don't get me wrong. Kyle Shanahan wants Trey Lance, just not yet, right? Just wait. That's Kyle Shanahan's mindset. Now, me personally, no, it's Trey time, baby. It's Trey time. Let him go. Now, he's not the only rookie that got a lot of play. Trey Sermon played great. His best plays all came when Trey Lance was in the game as well. But, man, Jaylon Moore. Trent Williams was a full participant in practice today, which is great news. But he missed a handful of plays. And Jaylon Moore, a fifth-round tackle. Ooh, rookie, baby. He got in. Check this play out. He looked good. Nice. Got down again, short of the sticks. This is the play where he was mad. Watch his body language whenever he escapes this. Watch him. He goes down, dives, try not to get hit. Watch his body language right here as he looks up at the sticks. Pounds the ball down, hangs his head. Pissed off again. Awareness, not there yet. Youngest quarterback in the NFL. He's 21 years old. It's going to take some time, guys. But great job by the O-line. Look at the rook. Look at the rook out here, 7'6". I see you, Jaylon Moore. I see you, big dog. This is a pretty damn good pass pro right here. Nice kick slide. Opens up against a smaller guy. Get your hands on him. Spin move. Repositions. Nice hand fighting. What's up, Jaylon Moore? What's up, Jaylon Moore? Dude, that is a promising play from a fifth-round tackle. You got to be happy with that, man. Good job, run skill. Ooh, nice block in there. We got to get Jennings more playing time. He only had 8 snaps. He needs to be on the field more. 4th and 2. So, it's so easy to be doom and gloom after 2 losses and back-to-back losses. It hurts. You're 2-0 undefeated. You lose 2 games. You should have won against Green Bay. Came down to the last thing. Like, imagine how different everything would feel if, we make one play on defense or they miss that field goal against Green Bay. Like, everything would be completely different. But it's not. This is where we are. We're 2-2. And so, in today's climate, right, like mentality, you're only as good as what you did recently. You've lost 2 games recently. That's all the headlines are reading. That's what the point spread's reading. We're 5-point underdogs to a Cliff Kingsbury team. And I get it. They looked great last week. They also almost lost to the Jags less than 10 days ago. To the Jags. To the probably not going to have a coach in 2 weeks, Jags. The worst roster in the NFL, Jags. Like, it's not like everybody, what is happening in the past, they magnify it, right? All right, cool. Oh, man, Cardinals are unbelievable. Really? I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to do a full Cardinals breakdown, scouting report, predictions, all that stuff. And they're good. They're talented. They're very talented. They're very good. Their quarterback's playing out of his mind. Look back and pay attention to how the Cardinals team has done to start the last 2 years. This isn't new. Started out red hot. The Raiders started out red hot. Pay attention to trends. It's not new. This isn't the first time the Cardinals came out freaking red hot. They beat us last year, week 1, you remember? They kept winning. We'll get into that. No, I'm looking forward a little too much. Now, let me get to my favorite play offensively. Then we're going to jump to the other side of the ball because there's so many positives on defense. It's pretty easy to get enamored with Trey Lance, and rightfully so. This was on 4th down. This was a 4th down play. Ooh. And again, this is the thing. We're spending our best, tight end in the game is pass blocking, which he did well over, I think, 25 plays he was pass blocking. Like, we've got to protect our quarterback. He crashes down the line. Very smart, just pivots. Golly, that's a laser, man. This is the best play of the day right here from Trey Lance. It's a hell of a play. Ooh, that's pretty damn good. Watch how he pivots to his right and the ball comes out to his left. So he's going to stop his motion and bring his momentum back to the right, but still throw open Deebo to the left. Like, the ball doesn't go straight. He throws it across his body and throws him open there. Man, a little too much juice on it, mustard, but it's 4th and 1. Nice blocking downfield. That's a huge freaking play. Yeah. Now, I used the term throw him open. That was the wrong term there. What I should have said is you're throwing him into his movement. He's moving right to left. You're throwing right to left. That's what I meant to say there. Missed that one there, but that's okay. But again, it just shows you, man, what that kid is capable of. That play right there is all you need to know. That's why you spent the draft pick. Now, consistency, that needs to increase. Seattle defense played that perfectly, but you were able to capitalize and go on from there. Also, things played perfectly. Our sponsor, baby, MyBookie. Is there anything better than sweating out a 4th quarter win and coming away with cash in your pocket? Well, at MyBookie there is. Make your first deposit and receive twice as much your money before you ever even place a bet. You double your money at MyBookie. That's a $1 match on whatever you throw down, up to $1,000. Now, with that extra scratch, you can get all in on the biggest games of the week, including the Sunday night matchup, Buffalo versus Kansas City, or if you want to bet the 49ers versus Cardinals. There's so much action over there. And as if you needed any other reason to head to mybookie.ag to celebrate the start of Major League Baseball playoffs, go Giants, MyBookie is hosting a $20,000 blackjack tournament for free. Did you hear that? $20,000 blackjack tournament for free. Winning season's here, so get in the game. Get to mybookie.ag now. Use promo code 49ers, 49ERS, to get your double deposit bonus. Or you can scan the QR code on the screen right now. Again, that's promo code 49ERS. So you can double your funds to double your winnings. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Now, our next episode, we'll have our bets of the week, all that kind of stuff out there and what that looks like. Now, this just came out. Kyle Shanahan was on KNBR earlier today, and this is what Kyle Shanahan had to say about Jimmy Garoppolo tomorrow. Quote, "The fact that he wants to give it a go means he's feeling better. But you never really know until he goes out there and does a full drop back and has to react and really step into those throws." End quote. Later on, he goes on to say, quote, "So we'll see him out on the practice field tomorrow. I just said I fully expect him to." This is my words now. Sorry, end quote. I just said I fully expect him to practice tomorrow. You can go back and check that out. That was before this even happened. Okay, now back to the quote of Kyle Shanahan. Quote, "If he looks good, then he'll have a shot. If he can't, then we'll shut him down." End quote. There you go, man. I'm telling you right now, Kyle Shanahan wants Jimmy Garoppolo to play. Like, he wants Jimmy to live out the life of this contract, not the contract, but this year until he can't go anymore. There's no doubt about it. Do I like that? No, I don't. I think it's time for the rook. But again, pay attention to what Kyle Shanahan has done his whole career. When did Jimmy Garoppolo, after we made the trade, did he play him? Nope. Sat him on the bench. What finally gave Jimmy Garoppolo the opportunity to get in the game? An injury. That was it. We were, 2 and whatever, and or we might have been defeated. We may have one win or whatever, but we were losing everything. And he was just going to keep Jimmy Garoppolo on the bench. It wasn't until an injury he put him in, won 5 straight. Nick Mullins last year kept him in the whole freaking time. Did not want to go to C.J. Beathard. When did C.J. Beathard get a chance? An injury. C.J. Beathard goes in, lights it up. Nick Mullins gets healthy. What does Kyle do? Puts Nick Mullins right back out there. Sucked it up completely the whole time. Never went back to C.J. This is who Kyle is. Like, you have to look at the history of what these teams are. Trent, I'm with you. We want Lance. This is our shiny new toy. And we're going to get him, okay? Now, if... let's do some damage control, because I think this is important. If Jimmy Garoppolo starts this week, I think there's a much greater chance than everybody else is predicting. It's going to suck, and I'm going to be mad, and I disagree with that choice. But just wait. Trey Lance time's coming. There's no doubt about it. There's no stopping it. It's just win. My initial prediction was week 11, just because I know Kyle's so damn stubborn. So just know, this week's going to feel like, what the hell? I'm going to throw my hands up in the air. I want to be pissed. I'm going to say 4-letter words. It's what it is. Trey Lance time is coming. It just might not be right now. Again, not my opinion. I'm telling you what's going to happen. I want Trey Lance, baby. I'm with y'all. Let's go. and I'm ready to see what that looks like. Now, let's transition to the other side of the ball. Because there were just so many positives. And I'm going to start with a lot of coverage. And we're going to focus on DK Metcalf here. So I'm going to play 3 plays with DK Metcalf. 2 that were great, 1 that was awful. Okay, so this kind of represents Emmanuel Mosley and how great he's been playing. Ooh, nice catch there. Deep ball to Deshaun Jackson. Finally happened. Is he going to go all the way? Yeah, I think he is. Nope, he got tired. He walked out. Big play there. This is Emmanuel Mosley versus DK Metcalf, and kind of explains our quarters transition defense a little bit more. And golly, Mosley played so freaking lights out against DK. He's not even, I mean, this is just perfect. Reads 2-1. That's what we do in our defense whenever we do this. And what I mean by that is, here's the number 1 wide receiver. Here's the number 2 wide receiver. So count outside.
This is our quarter shell package. Okay, so they're going to bail. We don't want anything getting behind us. He's responsible for deep quarter here, deep quarter here, deep quarter here, deep quarter here. But just like right here, you're reading 2-1. So that tells the outside corners you have deepest responsibility, but you're reading here. So that... watch right here. As soon as he cuts out, now it's no longer quarters. Tart's going to replace over top. You drive on this. Boom, right there. Very nice. This is zone coverage, right? This is our zone package. So you read 2-1. If he replaces outside to the flats, especially with the blitz, he's going to come here. Here's your hook to curl defender. And this is going to turn into almost halves coverage as soon as one goes shallow. Because, again, it's an empty set. But whenever you know one player is going short to the flats, it allows you to adjust your coverage. So right now it's quarters. It's quarters. He's still pushing vertical. As soon as he cuts out, no longer quarters. He's going to drive the flat. He's going to roll over to the top and take this entire half instead of this quarter. Because, again, you've only got one guy. Boom, right there. So, again, if you want more in-depth and understand football and coverages and all these things, again, the link's in every description of the video or podcast, whatever. It's the best way to support us. We would not be here if it was not our Patreon support. I'm just going to be real honest with you. We got pretty close, not to hanging up the podcast, but, man, I'm full-time coaching, teaching, got a lot of stuff going on, but, like, the Patreon supporters helped. And so I went to my school and I basically said, hey, man, like, we need help. I need to shift my schedule around so I don't have conference periods and I can leave and go coach and all this stuff. And, you know, I want to say thank you, the support to the podcast. If you like what we do here, man, help support financially. It's $8 package on there. It's $2 a week. I mean, we put out, golly, I think on average, we're doing just over 6 hours live content a week. Help us out, man. Now, let's pay attention to bad. DC crushed it. D'Amico Ryans crushed this game, but it wasn't perfect. There were still some mistakes. This is 2 weeks in a row. One against Davante Adams, then against DK Metcalf. We put our number 2 linebacker on him in man-to-man coverage. Yeesh. I don't like this because in our empty set, we keep lining up freaking Azeez with their best player. We did this last week with number 17, Davante Adams. We don't want Azeez on DK Metcalf. We don't want Azeez on freaking Davante Adams. and we got safety help over the top. But why can't we rotate out of this? And again, this is a defensive alignment thing because we did it 2 weeks in a row in the empty package. All they got to do is watch this tape and say, hey, let's just put our best wide receiver to the 2 wide receiver side in an empty set, and they're going to put Azeez, a linebacker, on our best wide receiver. Why can't you rotate this over and put Marcel Harris here? Why can't you put Fred Warner here? Why can't you put Jimmy Ward here? I would rather have Azeez on their tight end or their number 3 wide receiver, not on their number 1. And you're like, well, we're rotating safety coverage over the top. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Really? What do you think's going to happen? I understand there's rules to a defense, and you're like, okay, we're going to send our linebacker to the 2 wide receiver side whenever we're in empty, and it's 2 wide receiver boundary, right? So it's even less field to cover. We're going to help them. No. Why do you have your freaking cover safety on their number 3, and you've got your extra dime linebacker on their tight end, and you've got freaking Azeez on number 14? D'Amico called a hell of a game. Put us in position to win. But that doesn't mean there's not criticism still. That doesn't mean you can't improve still. And this, you were beat at personnel. You got out-personneled right here. They beat you on the chalkboard right here. Don't put your freaking Azeez, your number 3 linebacker, on the best wide receiver in the freaking team. Yeah, and again, I remember seeing that same formation against Devontae Adams. Guess what? We're going to see it again. It's going to happen this week because the Cardinals go empty a lot. And if dummy John Chapman can spot this, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting in a personnel package where I got freaking Hopkins, number 2 wide receiver, in an empty set, and I'm just going to cook that linebacker over and over and over again until they figure it out. You got to fix it. Now, back to, let's go to good. I'm going to create a little Oreo here. We sandwich in bad play with some good plays on the outside. Let's go back to Mosley and watch him shut. This 4th and 3 now. This 4th and 3 against DK. Oh, I love me some Mosley. But they are backed up, so they got a sense of urgency. I mean, this is just man free. That's what this is. Man free across the board. You got 1 free safety, and golly, man. Just, you're asking Mosley, who's well under 200 pounds, to just go head up with DK Metcalf and just say, oh, you have no deep help outside, by the way. Nice play against that slant. DK gets leverage, but even if he caught this, he's not going to get the first. Contested it completely. And just, man, the whole time. Look, even if he caught this, look, he goes down at the 14. First downs up here, you can barely see it. First downs at the 17. So even if he caught it, it doesn't matter. Nice play, Mosley. He has been by far the best corner of the year. Not even close.
I love the physicality he brings. That's a big deal, too.
That's 5.
Oof.
5 3-and-outs.
That's 5 3-and-outs. And again, Mosley's balling out. Love that. Kinlaw's been up and down. He had his worst game by a long shot this week, but still had some positive plays. Right here, he almost freaking killed the quarterback.
D'Amico. This is nice. You can see here, Armstead. I mean, just freaking bam, bam, bam. You're forcing the ball to come out early on the quarterback, and it worked. Get the ball out of his hands quick. Boom. Look at that pressure right here, right up the middle. I mean, he freaking gets destroyed. Go get him, Kinlaw. I mean, good Lord. Just swallowed him whole, man. Good job, buddy.
Man, you get that type of pressure and you force the ball out quick, it helps your corners. And so there is so much positives to take away offensively, defensively, game plan, coaching, scheme. It's there. Just not doing it consistently. We're still playing like a young team. And a lot of that has to do with injuries and whatever else. Every team in the NFL has injuries, guys. Every team. We might have more. That might be true. And that's okay. But you still got to do more about it. And again, we can't be done with the film anything without Bosa, who continues to be the best player on the field, period. Check this play out while being held, even though they'll never call it.
Always. He's going to get some Pro Bowl left tackle, by the way. Just want everybody to understand that. And just slips him. I mean, shoot, I don't know about y'all, But that's a borderline holding call. Obviously Bosa's never going to get a borderline holding call. It has to be beyond blatant every single time. You can see right here. I mean, just wraps his hand and just praying for dear life. Almost like no refs looking, huh? Look at this. Look at the eyesight. Look at this. If that's not holding, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I mean, he's literally reached out. He beat his man completely, and he's just grabbing his shoulder. Bosa gets a nice quarterback hit, incomplete pass, nice play. I will say this, Russell Wilson just broke his finger, just the tip of it. It's definitely going to be popped back into place or something, but yikes, that does not look good. But you know what does look good? Oh yeah. Today, I'm here to tell you about pristineauction.com. If you're into sports memorabilia at all, this is your #1 nonstop shop. They've got everything. And if you use our promo code RUSH, you get $10 off your first item. And they have everything. They gave us compliments. Check this out, baby. We got an autographed Trey Lance jersey. You can get this and a whole bunch of other stuff, which, again, finding a Trey Lance autographed 49ers jersey is difficult. Thank you to them just for sponsoring the podcast and hooking us up with this gear. And here's the best thing about it. The more of you sign up, the more stuff they give us to give away. We'll be giving away this bad boy at the 49ers Rush Road Trip coming up in Chicago. So if you want to win this or other memorabilia, signed jerseys, helmets, everything that you can think of for any sporting team, they've got it over there. So head over there, let them know the 49ers Rush podcast sent you by using the promo code RUSH. All right, guys, I love it. Yeah, it looks like Wilson broke his finger. It looked like it's on his throwing hand, too. It was his middle finger just right above that last knuckle, right before the fingertip. So we'll kind of have to see how that progresses. Man, this is fun, though. Injuries suck, okay? I hate injuries. I don't care who they are. I don't want anybody out. But I'm curious to see. Understand, Russell Wilson's never missed a start in his life. This ain't going to cause him to miss a start. But it is going to be interesting to see how this affects the game. So that's okay. You can always talk about that. Never cheer for injuries. Never be happy for injuries. But, man, this is going to be interesting, just how this is handled. Because Seattle hasn't had to deal with this in a decade. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun game down to the end. Appreciate you guys as always, all the support. You're absolutely the best. And until next time, next episode, we got a full breakdown, man. We're going to be doing scouting reports and predictions for the game this Sunday. Stay tuned, guys.